Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time you are visiting our channel, please subscribe to our channel. There are moments in Nigeria politics that stop you mind screw. Moment that makes you put your phone down, look up and ask yourself, wait, did that actually just happened? Saturday, March 29th, 2026 was one of those moments. If you are only just hearing about what went down inside the National Mosque in Abuja that afternoon, then you need to watch every seconds of this video, because what happened there was not just a funeral, it was a minor head up to the face of Nigeria power, and what that minor reflected will be talked about for years. Think about the last time someone in your life passed away. Think about the people who show up, not the one who sent a WhatsApp message, not the one who posted a condolence on social media and keep scrolling. The one who actually came, who sit with you, who stood beside you when the weight of grief was almost unbearable. In Nigeria culture, showing up is everything. It is a statement of loyalty, honor, of respect, of relationship. And the people who show up to the National Mosque in Abuja on Saturday afternoon to pray for Hajia Omar El-Rufai, the mother of former Kaduna State Governor El-Rufai, made a statement that no press conference, no political areas, and no television interview could ever replicate. President Bola Tinubu's administration sent representation at the highest possible level. This is the same administration that has been persecuting El-Rufai on 10 criminal counts across 3 separate court cases. The same government that oversaw his 37 days inside ICPC detention. Yet Tinubu's people were in that mosque, present, seated, respectful. Peter Obi, the ADC presidential aspirant and the man leading the operation platform that Tinubu government have invested energy in undermining, did not send a representative. He did not issue a statement, stayed home. Peter Obi walked into the mosque himself in person in Abuja, standing for the Jazna's prayers of his political alias mother, with camera capturing every moment. Atiku Abubakar was there, national chairman, advisor, Nahor Ribadu. The very man that El-Rufai has publicly named and accused of his arrest and detention, was physically present in the prayer room. Former APC national chairman was there. Kaduna State Governor was governed the state where El-Rufai corruption trial is currently being heard. made his way to the mosque. APC national chairman had visited El-Rufai at his residence before the prayer. Former governors, serving governors, senators, ministers, and political figures from every corner of the Nigeria ruling party, opposition, north and south, accusers and defenders, all in one scared space, one prayer robe, one moment, and stand at the center of all of it. 38 days removed from ICPC custody, 10 criminal charges overhead, 3 court battle waiting. Was El-Rufai bury his mother? Yes. Let me let me let me talk about Peter Obi, because his presence is the details that have sent Nigeria social media into a full conversation since Saturday. The night before the funeral, Obi released a condolence statement where he referred to El-Rufai as his brother. He described the passing as a stubborn moment for a family closing a chapter in their lineage. Those were not the words of casualty political. Those were the words of someone who genuinely considered this man family, and then he backed those words with his body. He showed up. No room for spam, and that matters because the Obi and El-Rufai alliance inside the African Democratic Congress is the most closing political partnership in Nigeria today. A former Labour presidential candidate from the southeast linking arms with a former APC governor from the northwest, one Christian, one Muslim, one from Anambra, one from Kaduna. Today, they represent the extra cross-ethnics, cross-region correlation that Nigeria operation politics has always promised but delivered. When Obi walked into the mosque on Saturday, he sent one clear message to every Nigeria. This alliance is not a political arrangement. It is a brotherhood, and that brotherhood is a foundation of what 2027 is being built on. Here is the details that has silenced even El-Rufai most vacant. The Muslim rights concerned, known as MOURNS, one of the Nigeria's most respected Islamic human rights organization, released a statement this week praising President Tinubu and Ribadu for allowing El-Rufai temporary release from ICPC custody to attend his mother's funeral, and they praise in a piece of history that cut deep. They reminded Nigeria that former President Muhammadu Buhari, yes, the man who would go on to govern Nigeria for 8 years, was once in detention and could not attend his mother's burial. He was denied that right. They also remind us that former National Secretary Advisor spent years in custody under the Buhari administration and was not released even for a single day when his mother died in 2021. The Nigerian men, two different generations, the same disaster outcome. A mother lowered into the ground without his son present because a system refused to bend at that moment of grief. This time, sometimes something different happened. El-Rufai was released temporarily with condition, but he was released. He stood at his mother's graveside. He prayed her home. Call that a human face being added to the justice in Nigeria. You hold every opinion about El-Rufai guilty or innocent and still acknowledge that what was extended to him this weekend was basically human dignity. Those two things are not in conflict. There is one finally details from inside El-Rufai 37 days in ICPC detention that this video cannot leave out, according to a close associate who spoke publicly this weekend. El-Rufai completes a full reading of his holy Quran during his time in custody. He's also read 10 books, no phone, no access to social media, no political meeting, limited contact with family. And in that silence, he turned to God and to knowledge now. This detail does not resolve any illegal action. It does not answer what happened to Kaduna Finance during his tenure as governor. It does not close any of this case before the court, but it does not remind us that behind every case number, behind every court date, behind every ICPC press release, there is a human being, and that human being just buried his mother. So here is what this channel is asking you today. What does it tell you about Nigeria and the men persecuting El-Rufai and the men defending him, the ruling party and the opposition, the accuser and the accused, all stood shoulder to shoulder in the same mosque and said the same prayer? Is there genuine human connection underneath all the political warfare in this country? Or is there simple what Nigeria power look like? Men who fight each other in courtroom by weekend and attend each family's funeral by weekend. Why ordinary Nigeria carry the consequences of battle they never started? Please drop your most honest thought in this comment right now. Remember to click on subscribe button. Subscribe on my YouTube channel, Soundwave. Thank you.